I hate to speak in sound bites. It's not my style, but because I need to be brief, I will make very short two remarks. One remark is about what Ellen Becker prepared, the wonderful work that he prepared, this draft convention against incitement, which he present at the end of this session. My remark is that why do we need a convention? I have been a party to the drafting of the Convention Against All Forms of Racial Discrimination in 1965 at the UN. And we have quite a number of conventions which could be used against incitement. Some of the paragraphs are even quoted in the draft convention that Ellen prepared. So, one, do we need another convention? Two, what chance does it have? We need another convention because incitement today has become a major issue. It has been so a long time ago, but today the public recognizes that incitement is a major issue in the world agenda, in the global agenda. It's recognized today. And we need a special convention against incitement, not because I think that it is going to be adopted by the nations of this world. I doubt it very much. But I think it is a statement of the importance of incitement so that countries, member states at the UN, will have to stand up and be counted whether they sign or ratify such a convention. That's one. Two, even if it had a chance of being adopted, there becomes a question of implementation. And that's a major question concerning all other conventions, the major conventions of the United Nations. As I said, there are paragraphs today which could serve as a basis for legal proceedings against inciters of all kinds, against people who do the inciting. And why is it not done? It is not done because although all member states have ratified, not only signed, but ratified these conventions, it is true the United States with a reservation because extreme free speech in the United States is more than a law, it's a religion. So they have a problem with free speech. But all other member states, as far as I know, have ratified these conventions. But where is implementation? Nothing is happening. That's one. Second thing is, we were expecting today to speak about new challenges, and I think the wording is new challenges and new responses. I have been saying for the last, those who know me know that I've been saying this for the last 20 years, that what is being said against the Jews only meets from our side with a defense. Either we do nothing or we are on the defense. I think the time has come, a long time ago, for us to be proactive, not only defend, but to attack. Because incitement is the basis of all violence that's happening in the world. If you don't brainwash people, if you don't prepare the basis for people to be motivated for terror and violence, nothing happens. We know that it didn't start with the Nazis who refined it into a whole program. It started long before that. People were brainwashed. The pogromchiks in Russia would not do the pogroms if they had not been brainwashed by the Black Hundreds who said beat the Jews and save Russia. And of course the Nazis, and now we know the Hamas and the Muslims. So I want to share with you quickly two personal experiences. I was personally involved in the two, I think, major issues on the agenda of incitement against Jews today. One is the Zionism-racism equation, and second is the Protocols of the Elders of Zion. I represented Israel in 1975 in the Third Committee of the United Nations Assembly, where the resolution equating Zionism and racism passed. 10 years earlier, I was a member of the same committee at the UN Assembly, where it all began, when they tried for the first time, many people don't know this, where they tried for the first time to equate Zionism with racism, and I don't have time to tell you the whole story, but a very good article was just published by Dr. Yoel Fishman of this institute, explaining the whole process. So I was there. And I have been involved for the last 20 years with the Protocols of the Elders of Zion, not only published a book, which is now in 11 languages, but followed it around the world and the impact of this thing. What I can tell you is these two major issues, which are today the basis, the central basis of incitement against the Jews and against Israel, watch Durban, Durban 1, Durban 2, Durban 3, where Zionism, racism is galore, in spite of the fact that it was revoked. And of course, the Protocols of the Elders of Zion, it was mentioned today how central it is. Jews did nothing about the Protocols of the Elders of Zion for over 100 years. We never read the protocols. We never did anything about the protocols. We didn't even translate them into Hebrew, although they were translated into every language around the world. For 10 years after the resolution passed, Zionism, racism, we did nothing. We were so proud that Ambassador Herzog had torn up this paper on the podium of the United Nations, but we did nothing for 10 years. When we began doing something, it was too late, because it has become a code word, it has become a slogan, and we cannot get rid of it. So if we are speaking of new challenges and new responses, I can tell you one thing. I don't have a recipe how to respond to everything that you heard today, because for all these years, what we are mostly doing is what we did today. We are monitoring, we are describing, we are doing statistics, but we are not responding. We are not doing anything, actually. A lot of the things that we heard today, we knew already. We know what the Palestinians do. We know how nice a package they put together, how they package their story. We know what's happening in England. We know what's happening in France. But what do we do? One thing, as I'm a lawyer, and I was a judge for 31 years, I don't have time to tell you in detail, but I think that courts of law should be used as forums. If, for instance, such a convention could be adopted, what then happens? You have to take legal measures. So we have a whole program of how to get to public opinion. You cannot get to public opinion today through the media, with the sound bites and the biased media. But if you get to a court of law, and we have enough reason to sue them, to take them to the courts of law, in 1987, I was interviewed in a newspaper in the United States where they were trying to put on a play against the Holocaust. And the heading was, an Israeli judge said Jews should sue for libel. So what I'm saying is today, and I don't have time to go into detail, we should sue them in not only in the International Court. We have enough legal means, my friends. There is enough of a legal basis to sue them, to take them to courts. And the court is not only there for the decision, for the judgment. The court is a forum that, if properly presented material, we can get to public opinion, and that is what is most important. Because today, the public, after Tahrir Square, we know that leaders not only listen to the public, they are led by the public, and we have to find ways to get to public opinion, not only by what we do today is the regular hasbara.